Hello and a very good evening to our viewers. Welcome to ELITETV and you're watching Open Debate in English with me, Chongtham Amrita. And today we bring you the topic, another new claim. This is in relation with the 32 MLAs of the BJP and the Allied Party trying to stake claim to form a government before the monsoon session. The monsoon session of the Parliament began today and the extension of the President's rule in Manipur is listed for approval by both the houses of the Parliament. Now, it is highly likely to be approved as well, making another 6-month extension of the President's rule in Manipur almost certain. Despite this possibility, the 32 MLAs from the ruling coalition are reportedly ready to stake claim to form a popular government during this current session. Union Home Minister Amit Shah also reportedly seems to be not in favor of installing a popular government in Manipur at this stage, and it has been stated as well. BJP central leadership also appears reluctant to restore a popular government in Manipur, because we know that even though there is a law and order normalcy, there is not a complete or a fully restoration of normalcy till now. We may recall that the President's rule in Manipur, when it was imposed on the 13th of February, it was done so primarily due to the collapse of law and order, despite the BJP-led state government enjoying a full and comfortable majority. While the law and order situation, though it has improved to a certain degree, it is still very far from being completely normal. The original reason for imposing the President's rule, which is what I'm trying to say is that the original reason for the imposition of President's rule still continues to be present. Therefore, even though the 32 MLAs want to stake claim, there is a question that since in the Parliament the item for discussion regarding the PR extension is still in what is listed as one of the items, will that be possible? That is what we're going to discuss and debate today in this episode. But first, let us welcome our expert panelists for tonight. Our first speaker for tonight is Oja, Dr. and Satyajeet, Bureau Chief for UNI. Oja, welcome to Open Debate.
Thank you, Amrita.
Thank you so much for joining us. And our second speaker for tonight is Oja, Dr. Naorem Bobo, media spokesperson for DMCC.
Thank you, Amrita. Thank you.
And I think Oja Shanta Nahakpam, the General Secretary for UCM, is also joining us at this point. Oja, welcome to Open Debate, if you're here.
Thank you.
Although Oja Shanta has priorly told us that he is not well today, we will see. We are very glad that he has managed to join us. But Oja, if you're not feeling well, you can leave after the first round. But thank you so much for joining with us today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start with Oja Satyajeet first for the first round. Oja, we know that today in the papers it has been reported and there have been a rumor going around, but this time it looks like the 32 MLAs are certain to stake the claim because they have decided to approach the governor to stake the claim for the formation of the government before the end of the monsoon session. And as we all know that the central leadership has been reluctant to install this popular government despite enjoying a comfortable majority. Do you think that at this point this is a kind of a revolt within the BJP party against the central leadership, and also this seems and this comes off as something where this is direct confrontation against the central leadership's plans? Do you think that this will create a sort of a revolt within the BJP party from Manipur against the central leadership of the BJP? What do you think about that, Oja?
Before I start, the day before yesterday, I had a very sad news that Oja Sonamani has died, and we had been sharing lots of information to the people with him. I also share the grief and sorrow of the bereaved family, and also Oja Santa. There are some people who cannot afford to be ill. He is one such person, and I hope Oja Bobo is a doctor. He will help him also. And coming to the issue, let me just say, first of all, that the government of India has decided to deal the issue, let's say, to kill two birds with one stone.
Okay.
For instance, when the business was announced yesterday, it clearly says that the resolution seeking approval of extension of President's rule imposed through proclamation issued by the President. It was issued on February 13th under Article 356 Clause 1. It entails that the proclamation will be extended for another 6 months. But we should not be confused by it, because at any point of time, at any point of time, the government of India can reinstall the popular ministry. For instance, the proclamation of an extension of 6 months, it has to be passed by both the houses by simple majority, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But to remove it, it can be done through a decision of the cabinet. So I think the government of India, that is the BJP government in center, has taken a decision to extend it. It is good, because if it is not done, then it has to take a very drastic action before August 12th. And since the Parliament session is going on, it will be going on till August 12th, so I think it took the safe side to extend it. And it also gives a message to the people that the government of India is ready to either extend it for another 6 months, maybe extend it further, or to install a popular government. And I think it is also playing a sort of politics with the local leaders also. It is conveying the message to the local leaders that a popular ministry is possible. When the former Chief Minister went to Delhi, he came back and informed that a popular ministry will be formed. Then the former Education Minister, he met the governor, and he said 44 MLAs are ready to support. And then recently, a few MLAs also said, every MLA is saying that a popular minister will be installed soon. And what is important for the government of India is the BJP didn't come to power very smoothly. Right? It had a very checkered history of how it came to power in Manipur.
Right.
When Biren Singh formed the government for the first time, it was not absolute majority. It needed the support of other political parties. And this is the first time in the history of Manipur that the BJP had been able to form a government with absolute majority, though it has support of other political parties, but it can stand on its own leg, and it commands absolute majority. And when it commands absolute majority, it will go down in history that the BJP, when it got absolute majority, was not able to complete its full term. That is a very sad history in the history of BJP. So I think the BJP MLAs and the central BJP leaders must be thinking that it is paramount to form a ministry, so that in the next election that is scheduled in February, if the assembly is not dissolved, then the next election will be held either in February, March in 2027. So it has no time to do the healing touch. And I think within the next 1 year, or within the 1 year, or say 1 year, 2-3 months, it will try to do the healing touch. That is to instill hope to the people that it is ready to come to power next time also. That is the perspective of BJP. And the other perspective is what other political parties is thinking is the government of India may extend the extension for further 6 months, and it may be extended again. And there is another possibility that in the year 2026, elections will be held in four state assemblies, and one union territory, including Assam. And all these states, they are not under control of BJP, except Puducherry. Most of the states, Assam is controlled by BJP, but in the south and in other states, even Kerala also, it is held by other political parties. So I think there is another possibility that with this 4 states, Manipur may be clubbed with it, and elections may be held by dissolving the present election, present assembly. There is another possibility also, and I think the government of India is looking it through all the perspectives. And Amrita, one issue which I wanted to raise as the Parliament session started today is we have 3 very important issues that will be discussed in Parliament regarding Manipur. One that is regarding extension of President's rules. In it, all the political parties, they will be able to speak for a very, very long time. And I hope that the government of India, that is the BJP government in Delhi, decides should allot inadequate time for people to discuss. In the last session, when it was imposed, it was done when everybody were almost tired after discussing a very, very long time of the WAF board. Introduced almost after midnight when everybody wanted to sleep. So I think this time the government of India, that is the BJP government, gives adequate time to discuss Manipur issue. And the other issue is Manipur appropriation bill. Since the Manipur budget was passed in the parliament, appropriation has to be passed. If appropriation bill is not passed, then the government of Manipur cannot sanction a single paisa. Appropriation bill has to be passed by parliament, and I hope that is the second opportunity when Manipur issue can be discussed. And the third issue which can be discussed during the parliament session is the Manipur GST issue. GST, one ordinance was issued, and this time the ordinance has to be converted into a proper bill and proper act. So GST will be discussed. So for Manipur, three important issues will be discussed in parliament during this short period of time. But the other problem is, most of the time the parliament sessions are prorogued or closed down due to agitation or due to other problems by the opposition. They want certain issues to be discussed which the ruling disposition doesn't want to discuss. We hope the government of India gives adequate time, and the opposition should also, I think, in one voice, should raise Manipur issue, and there should be a consensus among all the political parties. There are about, say, 44 political parties now involved in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and yesterday there was a meeting in which about 50 political leaders they took part, and I think they took a consensus that in important issues there should be no walkout, and there should be and the parliament should discuss all the important issues. And one issue which I want to raise, even though a little not connected with the issue, is I think our two MPs in the Lok Sabha and one in the Rajya Sabha, I think they should put up the issues properly, not in 0 hour. I think they should raise call attention. They should just short duration discussion, and even move private member resolution on Friday. On that issue, they can raise Manipur displacement. They can issue the raise of Manipur Displacement Act. Because the government of India has no act to manage the relief, the displaced person in Manipur. So there's complete disparity. For example, in Kashmir, during the 1990s, they were given 7.5 lakhs per family. In Manipur, they are giving 1.3 lakhs. Now it has been increased to 3 lakhs. Every family was given 13,000 per family in Jammu and Kashmir. In Manipur, they are giving 500, sometimes 1,000. That depends on the on the government also when they will give. And for construction of a house, they were given 7.5 lakhs. In Kashmir and other displaced person, they were given adequate fund, and even a reservation also. In job, the reservation was given. That is because they have a policy for Kashmir. For Manipur, the government of India has not initiated any policy for the displaced person. A bill has to be passed in the parliament so that there should be no disparity, and assistance should be given as per or as given to other displaced person too in Kashmir and other places during such crisis. I think such issues should be raised our MPs, and I will come to in the second point in the second round about what our MLAs and what must be thinking, and what must be the politics behind saying that they will claim government in the next very soon.
Sure, Roja. Thank you for your suggestions as well regarding what bills to be introduced, and and also your suggestions of how our MP should also take up this prime opportunity of the Parliament to raise important issues, and also to raise the bills like the private member bill that they can raise on Friday. So, Roja, I think the session has started just today, and I think the biggest items that the opposition wants to discuss are regarding the Pahalgam terror attack, like the Operation Sindur and also some irregularities with the voter list in Bihar as well. But that's how the Parliament wants to discuss. But yet again, since this is starting from today and this will continue till the 21st of August for almost a month, we truly hope that this time the Manipur issue regarding the extension of the PR, there will be a very healthy and a very vibrant debate at the Parliament as well. Now, Oja Bobo, the question that I'd like to raise to you is that on one side, the Parliament will be discussing about so many issues, especially let's say that the Parliament is discussing regarding the PR extension at one point. And what if on the same day the 32 MLAs gathered together and signed a document saying that they are now in consensus and they want to stake the claim of the government and they approach the governor? How do you think at that particular point, how will the Honorable Governor react to this particular claiming of the staking the claim to form a government? Will the governor decline it because that's not really ethical, to be honest, or even constitutional? What do you think will happen at that point then?
Amrita, see, during these last several months, there are a lot of statements given by the so-called honorable MLAs or so-called the leaders. The leaders who have never been gathered together, they have been claiming that 14 of them are there, 17, 19, or like a few number games are playing. And so today, if they said that 32 of them are together, have you ever seen that they sit together, or have you ever seen that they have made a press conference in front of the public? Or have you ever seen that have they gone to meet to the governor with this all 32 MLAs? But see, people are fed up about this. People are fed up about this several statements which are giving the new popular government is going to form and so on. So since the method, the beginning of this the conflict, people have been demanding so many genuine these cases, like the abrogation of SU, this and dismantling of these bunkers and free movement in the highways, etc. But none of them have been translated into action, or none of them have been practically seen by the people. So people of Manipur are not having such a trust or faith in those so-called honorable MLAs today. See, a few months back, that one of the leaders said all the CSO must unite it first, then we can unite it easily. But the top CSOs of Manipur, that they have united and they came and sit together in the MSA talk. But have you ever seen that those MLAs who have been claiming that let the CSOs first united and all the members, it is very easy for them to unite it together. But we have not seen it. So my point of view is that if you are a leader of a public, leader of this any constituency, you must perform what you have given a statement. But none of them, let's say not only the ruling party or all the MLAs, none of them have been today, they have not performed their duty well. They have not given the public mandate which has given them to right to be a leader, right to bring forward the Manipur in a peaceful manner. None of them have. I would like to say in this manner. So even if, see, they when or they go to the governor and ask to claim this former new popular government, ultimately the honorable governor will ask, who is your leader?
Right.
Who is your leader? Who is your CM? Who is your, have you elected it? Have they pointed out who is their leader? Not yet. How many of them are sitting together? How many of them are united together? And on the other hand, if you talk about Kukijo communities, those MLAs, how they take to plan to form government with them or government together with them.
Right.
So these are all political dramas each and every 2 weeks or every month. Their statement is going on. So in short, don't play with the public or don't play with the common people of Manipur, the sentiment and emotion anymore. If they are not able to form the popular government, why don't they just keep give the resignation paper and call for a fresh mandate, or let the center decide it. And in another point, that on 9th of this Feb, that the Honorable CM Biren has been given a resignation. If the center wanted to form a popular government, then during short period of time, they may have called to form a government in Manipur, popular government. So I don't think that the central government want to form a new popular government in this scenario, in this political scenario in Manipur. And on the other hand, if you see the Indian political scenarios, all the political leaders are focusing on this Bihar elections. So they may not want to more focus on Manipur, except in the parliament session. They may try to keep the bills, the few bills which are related to Manipur. So let us see what these three MPs, the inner parliamentary MPs and outer parliamentary MPs and the Rajya Sabha MPs, three of them, what they are going to give the voices of people of Manipur and demand. Let us see in this coming monsoon parliamentary session. Let me conclude in this first round.
Yes, indeed, Oja, we will wait and watch, and definitely we hope that there is a very healthy discussion and debate in the parliament, especially with respect to the Manipur crisis that is long overdue at this point. Now, I would like to come to Oja Shanta, but I hope that you can participate fully, Oja, despite your health. But it is fully all right for us if you want to excuse yourself after the first round as well, Oja. And Oja, my question to you is that we all know, as we have been discussing, that the 32 MLAs are trying to stake claim, but there have been no nomination of a leader, a consensus leader that they agree to be appointed as the chief minister, and also there is still no public or media briefing regarding that particularly. So do you think that the 32 MLA number that they've said, they've also reportedly said that it constitutes all communities. Do you think that the Kuki MLAs are also included in this? Because without them, they truly cannot they cannot reach the number. So at this point, do you think that the Kuki MLAs are also included? And have those Kuki MLAs who are included in these 32 numbers, so-called 32 numbers, they are now going against the Sioux groups who have dictated for them not to participate or even support any form of government. What are your thoughts on that, Oja?
I think it is the most foolish thing which the paper has given, that 32 MLAs will form a government.
Okay.
I have repeatedly said that BJP party president needs to have a sitting with the Kuki MLAs and the Meitei MLAs along with the Naga MLAs. BJP needs to exercise its constitution. You cannot, put your constitution, party constitution, in the hands of few 10 people who want to separate the state.
Right.
I don't understand what BJP president is, what is he or she trying to do. It is a very bizarre scenario. Nowhere in the world, nowhere in India has happened in such kind of a thing. You see, in Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, he took charge of the government. Then he went to jail. Okay. Then in Goa also, BJP, pushed their government without majority. In Karnataka, they have done it so many times. In Manipur, last time they have done it. Now, what are they trying to do? That is the biggest question. Now, just going a little far from this question, what we have to see is who are these people? Who are these people who are staking claim? Who is going to stake claim of the government? Is the government more important than the nation? Is the government, is the ruling, is the sitting ministers, MLAs, chief ministers, is it more important than the nation? If the BJP government is not doing enough within the party, not the BJP government, but the party, if they are not listening to them, why don't they leave the party?
Okay.
Why are they still stuck that why are they still stuck that yes, we BJP, we are going to form the government? You have tried it many times and you have failed it. So don't you feel ashamed when Mr. Kanan was captured by NIA? Simply you went to the governor and you showed that you were going to stake claim of the government because such kind of things are not done. Then Amit Shah called up, Mr. Amit Shah, Home Minister, Union Home Minister called up ex-chief minister, and they, what kind of discussion they had, we do not know. After that, a lot of arms and ammunitions were discovered. Whether it was surrendered or discovered, we do not know. What is the agenda of central BJP government? Is it that you want to recover the arms? Yes, if you want to recover the arms, yes, we are ready to give you back the arms. Whatever the people are having, they can give you back. But are you ready to give us a legitimate government? Are you going to give us a government for our people, from our representative? You don't want to do that. Now, if you don't want to do that, if the BJP MLAs knows that it is not going to happen, why is this, foolish talk going on? Stupidity is being shown at every club meeting everywhere. One MLA will say, before monsoon session, there might be a government might be coming. From what angle is he saying? From what angle? He is not supposed to say anything. Only the party president is supposed to talk on this matter. Only the party president. Until and unless all the MLAs stop talking of taking claim of the government, you have to understand that there is a pull and push going on within the 32 MLAs of BJP. Yes, we'll form the government, it is only the party president who is authorized to talk, or the national party, executives or party representative who is authorized to talk on forming the government. Without any agenda, you can't even make your people sit between yourself. Your constitution is not working at all, except to meeting finance minister, except to meeting all the union ministers. You are not doing anything. You have to understand that. You are not doing anything. If you think that people are blind and they cannot see, then, you are not the people who should lead us. We should be led by somebody who is blunt enough to say that, yes, I am the leader, I am bringing 32, 31 MLAs. Now you give me stake of the claim or we leave BJP.
Okay.
This is what you have to say. You are waiting for some boss in Delhi trying to tell you that, yes, you can do it now, wait until this time. I don't think, it might be that, the Delhi Home Ministry is holding some paper through which they can, for all the MLAs, corruption paper or anything like usually what the BJP does. And, they are pressurizing them not to form the government at this moment. And they have told them that you don't do it now, we'll give you an appropriate time and you will be the leader. This is what, it seems to me that this is what BJP High Command is telling everyone who wants to be a chief minister. At present, BJP is having around 4 or 5 chief minister candidate. All of them are saying that we will accept whatever the party decides. But from inside, he thinks that, yes, party will decide me. So you see that I think it's better to, make a Sumang Lila party and make them join with each other, and for our entertainment of the people, this kind of staking claim and all other things are good. But it is a hopeless scenario that they have brought us to our state. They have not led us properly. They are not able to say anything to the chief secretary. They are not able to resolve the press. The MST bus Manipur issue. They are not able to push the governor or the chief secretary or the security advisor to have a free movement. They are not able to, they are able to push the NIA to find out who is the culprit. It's already taken 2 years now. So it's a hopeless scenario. You have to think that you don't have a leader. Now we don't have a leader. It is just that they want to stake claim so that they can, it seems to me that they want to stake claim so that they want to show that, yes, we ended this mess.
Okay. Just to take the credit in the end is what Jayashree is implying, that the trying to stake claim is irrelevant to resolving the crisis or whatever. But at this point, since there is some sense of normalcy, at least some partial restoration of law and order, and by staking the claim and forming the government, it is for them to announce that it is because of them that they have done. I think it is also, one of the possibility. Now, from this point, I'd like to take to the second round and start with Oja Satyajeet once again. Oja, we all know that the 2027 Assembly election is around the corner, and that the political parties are now positioning themselves with respect to that, and it is very obvious. Do you think that the current ruling MLAs, even though they are not in power, so to speak, they are in a suspended animation. This particular situation is giving them so much anxiety and frustration, and also added to that is the announcement of the PR extension that is to be tabled in the parliament has only added more fire to their wound, and now they are trying to behave as rebels or revolting against the central leadership, despite being told or being them known that there is no possibility of formation of a popular government. So do you think that this is do you think that this is also another possibility where all the 32 BJP MLAs are withdrawing or resigning from their party, and then they sort of form or another coalition, and then they stake the claim? Is that also another possibility? Do you see it happening, Oja?
Amrita, whenever there is a crisis, the people and the leaders are supposed to unite and work in tandem. For instance, during the statehood crisis, when people of Manipur wanted statehood, all the political parties, in spite of their allegations, in spite of their allegiance to any political parties, they worked together. When the 8th schedule issue was raised, all the political parties united. When the Manorama incident happened, all the political parties united. All the MLAs, everybody united. Even the ruling Congress MLAs, they were sitting in Dharna during the Manorama crisis. Even the former minister, they all were sitting, they were involved in agitation. That is because the state, the people of Manipur and the nation are more important than the political parties. When our state is in a crisis, it is mandatory and it is in the best interest of the people that the political parties unite. In this aspect, I would just follow to what Sri Bobo and Sri Shanta said. This is the time for all the leaders to unite. If they are not able to unite, then there will be no one to speak about Manipur. And I think the government of India, that is the BJP government in the center, they have, they keep giving hope to the MLAs that a ministry will be formed, and they are lured into that spider web. They are lured into a web by saying that you will be everybody. It gives hope to everybody. Whoever goes to the central leadership, they say you may become a minister, you may become you may become the chief minister. I think during this crisis, we have seen over a dozen chief ministers emerging. Right. So I think all the leaders, they are now intrigued, or they are now thinking of who will be the next chief minister, and they are in a different world, as though they do not belong to Manipur. That is the dilemma which we are facing. And if we remember, after the June 2001 incident, that is June 18 incident, when 18 people died, all the political parties, they worked together and they went to Delhi and met the Prime Minister, that is Atal Bihari Vajpayee at that time, and they met joint delegation also. And if you remember, other delegation also, they went together, at schedule also at that time. And now in Manipur, when Manipur is rising, is burning, when 60,000 people are displaced, when 31 people are still missing, when about little less than 300 people have died, even the MLAs of the ruling party, they are not able to sit together. I mean, what kind of scenario is this? What kind of respect do you deserve from the people of Manipur? That is what our speakers and we are raising today. If you want to command respect, if you want people to respect our leaders, then they should at least speak for the state, for the people. I mean, remaining silent and saying that we are doing lots of things in secrecy or without people's knowledge, that will not resolve any issue. That will not, please the people also. People want absolute answer now. What you are doing overground or underground? What you are doing, it has to be accountable. It has to be transparent, and you should inform to the people what you are planning for the nation, for the state, and for the people. Are you more interested in the chair, or are you more interested in the people of Manipur? That is the question which we are raising now. I think the people of Manipur, they have suffered enough. This is time they have good leaders also. If you see, so many nations have very good leaders. Mahatma Gandhi, then we remember Nelson Mandela. I mean, they sacrificed their life for the people. And I think people are more interested in the chair. That is the dilemma which we are facing. And I think rather than saying that a popular minister should be formed very soon, They should rather say that 60,000 in displaced person, they will be returning to their homes. That is more important. How they plan for it, how how they plan their return. The chief secretary, former chief secretary, said they will be returning by December, and they have given here at least the former chief secretary has given a plan of how they will return. And I think none of the MLAs, they have given a plan to the people of how people will return. That is the dilemma which we are. If leaders means people who lead us, who direct us, who govern us, and who give us hope also. I think our dealers are neither leading us, they are not giving us hope, and they are not giving the roadmap also. I think they are more concerned about the chair of whether they will be coming in power in the next election, 2027. Election is irrelevant in the Manipur crisis. What is more important is the problems faced by the people of Manipur, and especially the displaced person, women and children. And we were shocked to find that from Churachampur itself, 64 persons died of unnatural death. Many suicide because depression, anxiety, so many issues. Just imagine the conditions they are living, and they are living in a very congested area. They are not able to sleep well. They are not getting proper food. They are not getting proper medicine. And when some of our doctors they visited them, and they gave them hope. But the displaced person are saying that we are not able to purchase the medicines which are the doctors are prescribing. So I think medical teams, they have also stopped going because they do not, the medicines have to be given by the government, and when the doctors they prescribe medicines, then X-ray or whatever diagnosis, they are not able to do it because they don't have money. That is the dilemma which I think our leaders, rather than saying that the popular government will be solved, I think the MLAs should adopt at least, for example, we have 60 MLAs, 10 MLAs from the other communities, they do not belong to the same political parties, but from day one they are issuing shared statement, they are signing together, and they are giving same statement, and they are having one voice in common. Whereas the other 50, that is the native people of the native MLAs of this region, they are neither sitting together. Even the ruling MLAs are not sitting together. They are having divergent views. They are having differences of opinions openly also. They are not issuing. They have not issued a single statement in unison sitting together. They are not able to sit together. When our leaders are not sitting together, how can they expect to command the people also? Or how can they expect respect from us also? I think at least the MLAs should adopt the displaced person, and they have. And for example, during the COVID crisis, the money was transferred for COVID care. I think the local MLAs, they can transfer their money, whatever crores they get for for people who are living in the displaced in the relief camp. These are the issues which people are expecting. I think people are fed up of us discussing about formation of ministry. They are thinking, what they are thinking is security, food, water, and basic necessities of education and health. Right. These are the issues which our leaders should discuss, because the government, whether PR or popular government exists. Before the PR, there was a government, and I think during the previous government also, people were not, for example, when the governor announced, the chief secretary announced that they will be able to go back by December, none of the displaced person have been allotted land. For example, in Churachampur, all the lands have been destroyed, all the houses have been destroyed. They do not know where their original land stands. So I think the government of Manipur should help them in identify their land. The simple process of identify their land, geo-positioning, whatever process, giving them duplicate pata or whatever, it has not started yet. Without starting anything, the government announced that they will be returning. I mean, how is it possible for them to go back to the place to live in the open space? I think our leaders, rather than speaking about formation of ministry, should now focus on the displaced person, on the problems which we are facing. That is, we are not able to move out of the areas, all our fundamental rights have been taken away. So I think, Amrita, the time has come for our leaders to speak on our behalf, to speak about the problems we face, rather than keep saying again and again that a ministry will be formed. That seems like their self-interest, and they are least concerned about the problems people are facing. Thank you, Amrita.
Yes, indeed, Oja, you have put it very clearly and beautifully regarding how the leaders are simply just interested in staking claim and also protecting their seats, and more than really taking care of the real issues at hand in front of them, especially regarding resettlement of the IDPs to their respective homes in a very justified and an equitable manner. And also, in a larger context, none of them also have a clear roadmap regarding how to solve the issue of land laws, forest laws, and even regarding issues of the economy. None of them seem to have a clear idea or planning of that. But the only thing that's on their mind is just staking claim of the government, which also seems to be out of the picture, since we know that the central ministry has not been deciding on that. Now, moving on with this to Oja Bobo. Oja, my question is that at this point, do you think it is better, could it be a blessing in disguise where the center decides to dissolve the assembly at this point? And by dissolution of assembly, do you think would it be better where all of the MLAs contest an election on an equal footing at this point? Oja Bobo, your thoughts?
See, Amrita, first the people of Manipur and the voice of people, this voice of our IDPs and all the CSOs and leaders, local leaders who are demanding is the returning of the IDPs and free movement in any part of the Manipur, and irrespective of any community. So, first priority should be given to all the IDPs who are suffering for the last since almost 2.5 years.
Right.
So, we should focus mainly on IDPs victims who are suffering a lot. Some of them have already have been expired also. Some have one or two or three or four of them have tried to suicide. There's a lot of mentally, psychologically depression to the IDPs, the youngsters especially, those who are seeking jobs, those who are dreaming for their aim and objects, those dreams who has been scattered and into the ashes, into non-tolerable, let's say
okay. Just to interrupt, Oza Shanta, you seem to be unmuted. Could you please mute yourself, and then we'll come back to you again in the next round. Thank you so much.
And see, if we are talking about the IDP victims who are from Chongtham, see, how will they return by December? How will they return by December? Or in phase-wise manner. And if we talk about the Moria IDP victims, they are ready to go back. But who is going to give the security?
True.
Because until there are abrogation of SUs and those cookie so-called militant terrorists, so-called, they are if they have not been they abrogated SU, or if they are not taken military actions, those illegal immigrants. And those, see, in the other way, if you say that if you, in the name of suspension operation, they have a license to kill a common citizen or a innocent public. So it will be very difficult whether to, if you talk of returning to the victims of IDPs. Because see, and the IDP victims, especially from the Moria to Champur, they don't want any fabricated houses, so they don't want relocation. They want to return to their native place, which has been staying for the last many years, which their fathers, which their forefathers built their houses and lands, and where they have been born there, and to that atmosphere. So, seeing all these scenarios, if you come to talk about the new election or new mandate or this, that IDP victims or all the people who have been suffering, to those in the hilliest areas in peripheral part of this Manipur, that they are not interested in listening this, because they are already fed up of our so-called leaders. How many false promises they have given? How many these programs which they are launching for these IDP victims, like for the education system, like for the medical system, like for the food, for daily needs, but they have never reached through them in a proper ways. So in generally in Manipur, in our native places, in our this public, they don't want to even talk about the politicians, leaders who have been dealing with this all. One more very interesting thing is that in Kangpokpi areas, lot of so-called Kukijo community they have settled in a very large part of these hill areas. It's like growing like in a mushroom ways. But none of this government official, they have not noticed yet, or they don't want to open their eyes after this method. From where they come? And in another way, they are constructing of the so-called German road, Tiger Road, to connect with the Chuchampur, to connect with this other Kukijo area dominated. Who have given this right to construct this? Where are the forest department? Where are these our so-called law leaders? So people have been monitoring all this, even the laymen, even the common peoples. If we truly love and in favor of these ideas of Manipur, then we need to change our leaders. We need those leaders who are in favor of these ideas of Manipur, irrespective of Meitei community or this Meitei Pangal, or irrespective of Naga or irrespective of Kukijo. The leaders should be in the name of idea of Manipur, in irrespective of these communities, on the basis of ethnicity, basis of this, should not be divided. Those leaders who want to bring Manipur together, who want to bring Manipur, these 34 tribes staying together in a peaceful manner way. Public need to elect those leaders. And automatically the center will not be able to handle or to dictate on this Manipur government, or if once it is formed in a very proper way, in a very non-corruption way, in a free and fair election, and those leaders who are elected in this mindset of ideas of Manipur, in a mindset of the community, this unity among ourselves and peaceful living together with others, and doing a business with any of the communities. We need those leaders. Everybody may love all this motherland, but when we talk about leaders, when we want those leaders who want to sacrifice for our motherland. But all these communities who may love said, I love my motherland, but leaders should be come out in a very particular way that he should be for the motherland of Manipur, for the people of Manipur, and for each and every community of Manipur. Not should be, let's say, about if you are elected from the Haingang Assembly Constituency, if you are elected from the Thawal, or if you are elected from the Hairong Assembly Constituency. It should not only look after only this constituency. Once you are elected as an MLA of Manipur, then you should be the MLA of every people and every, irrespective of any communities of Manipur. Then only we can come together. Even if you are elected from Chuchampur, even if you are elected from Ukhul, you should have the ideas of Manipur, and you should love each other and for each community. Then nobody in this world, or nobody in this other part of state, or nobody, even the central government cannot pinpoint us that you should do this and that and so and that. Because if you come in a very proper way, very free and fair election, and without corruption, without using this muscle power, money power, and beyond that, sometimes leaders should go beyond this political ideologies of a party. You should not only love your chair, you should not only go through only for your parties, because when it comes to this state of Manipur, you should first give a priority to first Manipur. You should think of Manipur and as a whole, not as this Meitei community, or not as a Tangkul community, or not as a Kukijo or something, or Meitei Pangal. So we need that kind of leader, Amrita, then only we can proceed forward, live together peacefully, and we can boom our economics, we can go our education very well together. And for the future of Manipur, we need that, it's the right time to elect those leaders who really love for and care for and ready to sacrifice for the Manipur. Thank you, Amrita.
Thank you so much for your points, Oja. I think you mentioned rightly where we see lots of divisions within the party and elected MLAs, and not just that, even between the MLAs of different constituencies, trying to compare and contrast themselves, and also as if they belong to just one assembly constituency and are not answerable to the whole of Manipur. Thank you for your points, Oja. And as we have come to the end of today's program, I'd like to go to Oja Shanta for his closing remarks, and also it seems that Oja Shanta has already left the meeting since he was not feeling well today. But Oja Shanta, if you're listening, then thank you very much for joining. But as we've come to the end of today's program, Satyajeet, Oja Bobo, one last line from you, from each of you, if you can, just 1 minute, another 1 minute. Do you think that at this point, if the assembly is dissolved, and if the assembly is dissolved, then an election needs to be performed at least within 6 months? Do you think that the BJP, who is enjoying the majority in this assembly term, will be ready to face fresh elections at this particular juncture? Your thoughts each from you. Let's start with Satyajeet first.
Amrita, the Manipur election, it is very unpredictable.
Okay.
Whatever we are discussing today, whatever sufferings people have, at the very end of the day, when the times come for election, when the election hours come, most of the people are poor. People are living below poverty line. What they will feel, what they will think is, who will help us? And they may change their thought. They may do something when they are given some monetary benefit. If I am hungry, if I do not have any food, and when somebody requests me to do something by giving me food, I may do so because I'm a very poor person. That is the reality in Manipur. So I think in Manipur also, during the after 2001 crisis, everybody once said we should have an election when people should not take any money. But that is not a scenario. It has increased drastically. In some of the constituencies, we heard people were given in thousands of rupees. In some constituency, even more. Even now, people have started now construction of roads. The prospective candidates have started. Now the scenario in Manipur is we choose people who come to us to help, to give us money, who can repair our houses, who come during our marriage, the marriage of our sisters, brothers. I mean, we do not choose leaders who can guide us, who can lead us, and who can think for the nation. That is not a scenario in Manipur. I think we need a change in the way we think. And we need an election reforms also. If we do not do whatever we are discussing, whatever we are doing, people who have been crying, they may do something else which people do not want just because they are hungry. So until and unless we remove poverty, until and unless people realize that choosing leader is not, giving away the power of the thumb just for a few for rupees of money, it is not good. The time has not come yet in Manipur, I think. So anybody having, nowadays when people say, I want to contest election, people do not ask if you are, educated enough, you can, what is your future plan for Manipur? They will simply ask, how much money do you have? That is still the criteria in Manipur. When people started asking, rather than how much money you have, then asking, what are the policies and programs you want to do for a better Manipur. Until that question comes, I think we'll see the same scenario. Whatever we say, it will not change, Amrita. That is a very unfortunate thing. But we still have some glimmer of hope. If you see the last elections, Lok Sabha elections, not in the history of Manipur, most of the MPs, they were chosen from the ruling parties. And this was the first time in Manipur when a person who was not from the ruling party won in both seats. That is Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Congress won, even though BJP was ruling instead. So there was a change, I think. There was also there is a glimmer of hope, there's a ray of hope, and I think some people have started also realizing that that we should choose the good leader rather than the people who come to me and give money. So I think people should be educated enough, even if they don't have, they live below the poverty line, they should have the willpower, and they should have the capacity to think that choosing a good leader will change our life, will not my personal life, but the life of the entire people of Manipur, and they may change the course of history. So I think we need a research, we need to have mass organization to change the scenario. Let's hope that the best person who can guide us and who can lead us and who can give us the hope for Manipur, they will be elected in the next election. And so I think the political parties, I think they should also stop doing bad politics to influence the people. That is what I would say as a concluding remark. Thank you, Amrita.
Very good point, Oja. Thank you for that. And as your concluding remarks, Oja Bobo, what would you like to supplement to Oja Satyajeet's points?
See, Amrita, Oja Satyajeet has also highlighted very good points, but I just like to add on some supplements.
Sure.
Like, see, in the May 3rd, 2023, all the people of Manipur, especially the Meitei community, wake up. It's a big wake-up call that Manipuri, the Manipur boundary and Manipur and its area periphery has been attacking by those so-called illegal immigrants, so-called Kukijo communities. So everybody come together. Everybody come together to save our motherland. Everybody come out. It is not only not in the way of this Meitei centric. It is for the Meitei community which has been taking a big role since our stabilization of this Kamei Park. So that Manipur, so-called now. So people should come together like May 3rd to defend our land, to defend the Manipur integrity and for peaceful coexistence. Likewise, in this coming election, people should also come together and realize, like in May 3rd, they should not think of that one meal or one dinner or some freebies or some monies to be given by so-called politicians and to elect those politicians who have given more money, they should be elected. They should think and watch that like May 3rd incident, it may also happen if you started to take money and if you started to elect those those leaders, so-called politicians, in the same manner way in the past. So it should be, it is a public, all the public of the Manipur should be in a realization phase or in a wake-up call and come together and elect a good leader. And see, 2-3 days back, I read in the newspaper that 2 of the families for a post of IRB constable, they are given 20 lakhs each. And they are now having mentally disturbed and family is running like here and there. Just a post of IRB, 20 lakh each for 2 posts, 2 families. See, imagine it. So this kind of job should not be happen. It is happening. That is only highlighted only two families in the newspaper, but there may be a lot of families who have given those monies to those people. I don't know who XYZ, maybe, or maybe the concerned department, something else. But see, it should not be done in such a manner. So corruption should not be the first way to get your job. Corruption should not be the first way to protect our Manipur. Corruption should not be the first way to elect our leaders. Corruption should not be the first way to protect those education system or protect those medical ethics or those engineers. Corruption should not be a way to promote or way to protect. So it should be completely abolished. Then one day that corruption-free Manipur, once it became, then we can elect a good leader, we can elect a good principal, we can elect a good this UPSC examination or MPSC, those leaders who are going to this rule, who are going to administrate the public. So in my view is that it may be very hard to change because it is deeply rooted, this corruption and those so-called politicians, or they may be all interconnected. So it may be very hard to start it, but we have to start it.
You're right.
It's high time that we have to start it. Otherwise, in future, there will be a very dangerous game. So in Manipur, and see, once if we don't start it today, then tomorrow we may not exist. That Meitei may not exist. Meitei may extinct from this corruption, because from the external part of other part of the countries, there may be a lot of people who can buy in a very easy way, who have lot of monies, who have billions of monies. Because we may extinct, but land will be always there. In this world, in this 21st century, in this world today, the most concern is that resources and land, it is very important for any part of the nation. So we have to take care of our land. If we want to progress, if we want to live together, if we want to come together and make a good state of Manipur, we need to stop this corruption and elect a good leader. Thank you, Amrita.
Yes, indeed, Oja, you have very passionately put all of these important things which goes beyond who becomes the next leader of Manipur, because there are very underlying deep-rooted issues that cause the crisis. Maybe the immediate attention needs to go to the 2-year-long Manipur crisis, but there are also other issues that need not be overlooked, especially regarding the rampant corruption existing in every department and also in every streets, in every department, every doors, and also regarding the upliftment of economy, upliftment of poverty, regarding representation, regarding education. There are still a lot of miles to be walked when it comes to Manipur, and also that needs to go beyond resolving the current crisis. And this is especially this is the reason why we really, especially the people, are really not interested in knowing who forms the government, but rather who has the roadmap and who has a clear path to bring Manipur to that particular status. So on that note, I would like to conclude today's program. I would like to thank our speakers, expert panelists, for joining us, Oja and Satyajeet, and Oja Dr. Naorem Bobo, and also Oja Shanta Nahakpam, who have been here shortly with us despite his ill health. Thank you all once again for making this program yet another successful one. Thank you so much.
Take it.
And I would also like to thank our viewers for tuning in tonight. We will be back again next Monday with more exciting topics. Until then, keep watching ELITE TV. This is Amrita signing off for tonight. Have a good night.